Hey, welcome to Board Games. Today I'm Brett. In my hands is Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer, issues number 76, 77, and 78. Now, normally we do these magazines one at a time, but this one's it's just bizarre how they're wrapping this up. There's only 5 issues left, and of those 5 issues, it really only covers 2 different models. So 76, 77, 78 have the Stormdrake Guard. They're models with the actual figures is 2 issues, and then 78 has the bases. It's the weirdest thing in the entire world. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open up, and we're going to do all 3 issues. We're going to do 3 issues in one video to show this off, and what you get with each of these particular issues. So let's start with 76. And it looks like you get, I think, a whole Stormdrake in this. I mean, to me, this looks like most, if not all, of one entire Stormdrake. So, if you get the single issue, I think you get, like, at least one Stormdrake. Get these out of the way so we can kind of do our normal. Let's do the opening, because I'm kind of fascinated to see how this is going to go. So, we get some background, how to assemble the Stormdrake Guard. Alright, so we got the assembly. You get a lot of assembly on this one. And then you got the base, which doesn't come for another, like, 2 issues. Alright, so we got that. And then we get some rules. Alright, interesting. So the next one I would guess would be, instead of the put together, would be the paint. But let's find out. Alright, so this is going to be issue number 77. Again, it seems like an entire Stormdrake from what I can tell. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the same sprue for the most part, so if maybe not entirely the exact same sprue. Alright, so that's that. So let's go and go open up and look at the actual issues. So we got some background on this one. Story. Alright, so now we've got a little bit about the Stormguard Drakes. Alright, so as I said, how to paint. This makes sense. We got oh nope, we got paint of a figure we don't even have yet with Sloggoth. Alright, that's interesting. We have some other painting. We got some rules and scenario. And then the final part of the Storm Guard, and then the first part of the Swamp Boss. So now let's go see what the final issue is. Alright, so we haven't seen paint, right? So this should then be painted. Alright, so we got the 2 bases. Everything looks good as far as that. We get like big giant bases. Some new sort of flying bases. Kind of cool flying bases. So this should actually have the painting then. So again, we get a little bit of story. Alright, so now we get the paint of how to paint the Storm Guard, which is fascinating. So this has the paint. So it seems like it's like, I don't know, it's just a bizarre order of things. Really cool figures. This is figures that I wanted when they first came out. So we got rules finally. Some more rules. And a scenario to use them. And then the final 2 issues, 79 and 80, this is the figure you get, which will be interesting to see what's in these final 2 issues. Alright, so my overall is, it's interesting the way they broke this up. I find it fascinating that the bases were their own magazine. That seems to be kind of a waste and just bizarre, and kind of a ripoff. It obviously makes it way less of a value to get 3 magazines than the figures because of that, but we're going to break down that entire total. So it's an interesting finale. Like, this feels like a magazine that's kind of ending with a whimper in some ways, as opposed to like in an awesome way. But yeah, well, you know, I know you save money still, even with having to buy 3 magazines. You're going to wind up saving money. But overall, as I said, like these magazines are great if you want to get into the Age of Sigmar hobby. The negative is this is 3rd edition. We're already in 4th edition, so the rules are a little outdated. but the figures still work. You get everything all like cool like that. So you're still going to save a lot of money. It's still worth it. You know, you're good in that department. But beyond that, like, it's going to be hard to get these at this point. This is going to be sought after magazines, and it is what it is. So yeah, it's an interesting one. I think it's really going to come down to how much you save, and I'm not going to know that until afterwards when we do all my breakdown for the video description. So stay tuned for that, obviously. If you want more game news, you can check us out every day at boardgametoday.com. Board games, tabletop games, miniature games, role-playing games, card games, all that stuff, all at boardgametoday.com. Of course, you can find us online on Facebook, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, everything, all over the place, all at Board Games Today, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep rolling some dice, get your game on. Hey, thanks for watching Board Game Today. We always appreciate your views and your support, but there are so many ways for you to support our site. Not only can you do it right here on video, but you can go and check us out at boardgametoday.com, where we have more news, reviews, interviews, everything you could ever want. But since you're here, if you can always give us a like, subscribe, or share our videos, or watch something else. Is always much appreciated, and get your game on.